McGregor has withdrawn his pending plans to be the president of Ireland. Well, there's one problem with that, Conor. You were never running for president of Ireland. You did not suspend a campaign. I would love to help you with that. You don't have a campaign. You are not returning your raised fund and telling your supporters maybe next time. There are no raised funds. There weren't any supporters. You're not coming over to take those yard signs down. There were no signs in the yard. This wasn't real. It wasn't real. The most real thing, which, by the way, I'm open to the idea. There was parts of me wishing that this was going to be real, but that's stages. That's not just going on the internet and cutting a promo that cost you absolutely nothing. That's not getting a few things memorized that are extremely broad stroke, but you look at the camera and you show some passion and you're right. That's not what running is. That's called a promo. That's called social media. So the most real thing about the phony campaign was the concession. Like, this was the thing that was actually written. When Conor was doing the rest of it, yeah, somebody fed him the lines, but he believed him. Like, there was a passion. He's a very good performer, but he wasn't performing. Conor's serious. He's serious about loving Ireland. He's serious about the part about, man, I'll do as much as I can to whatever extent. It's like, a lot of that is very real. The concession was so clearly written by somebody else after consulting with his family, he says. Okay. Now, I love it, and no politician, male or female, Democrat or Republican, has ever stepped down from a campaign without saying that they have consulted with your family. But when you're blowing coke, getting blown by strippers, running in and out of court dates for this very thing, oh, by the way, tying a dumbbell to your hoo-ha, it's a little hard to act as though you're the guy that consults with family. You're very clearly the guy that does whatever he feels like. So, this whole I talk to my family routine, I mean, the whole idea around that was so incredibly absurd, but it wasn't the most absurd thing. The most absurd thing was thinking that he owed an explanation. Oh, an explanation to who? The parliament never recognized you. There was no vote, there was no ballot, there was no visit to their version of the Secretary of State's office. There was nothing about this. As a matter of fact, if I was to ask Conor, in all fairness, but if I was to ask him 3 very simple questions, like the example that I just gave for you about going down to the Secretary of State's office, I was just asking him 3 simple, no gotcha, 3 simple questions that a 5th grader, if he paid attention in civics class, would know the answer to. About what it takes to run. Not about winning. Just what from a paperwork and administrative perspective needs to be done for you to actually be a candidate. I don't think that he would have the answer. And when he come out, he talked to his family. What was that like? What was that conversation like? Was this the first time you spoke to your family? Did your family tell you to tie a dumbbell to your hoo-ha, but this time they told you, you know what, I'm not sure that we should run and help the entire country of people that are underneath us and poor and admire us, and that we might actually be in a position to help. Like, last thing we're going to have you do, you son of a bitch, is anything good for somebody else. Now, you know that's a policy around here. Slap him on the shoulder, tell him, hey, by the way, go in the closet, get yourself a good workout.